Have you been feeling a powerful shift in energy lately? Maybe it's been subtle, an inner restlessness, a stirring deep in your soul, or perhaps it's been louder, more urgent, like a nudge from the universe you can't quite ignore. Either way, you're not imagining it. Something big is unfolding. On April 13th, 2025, the cosmos opens not just one, but two major energetic portals, creating a rare and potent moment of alignment. We're being gifted with the illuminating full moon in Virgo, at the same time that Venus completes her retrograde journey, marking the end of a deeply emotional, reflective cycle. Together, these celestial events create a powerful wave of transformation that has the potential to reach into the very core of your life and initiate profound change. This isn't just another moon phase or astrological transit. This is a soul-level turning point. The air feels electric with potential. The universe is inviting you to lean in, to listen, and to trust. It's opening a doorway into a fresh new chapter, one that's ripe with possibility and guided by divine timing. And the most beautiful part of it all? You are not powerless in this moment. You are a co-creator of your reality. You hold the power to step through this cosmic threshold with purpose, with intention, and with an open heart. If you've been sensing that something within you is ready to shift, if you've been waiting for a sign or a cosmic green light, this is it. This is your moment. The full moon on April 13th, often called the pink moon, not because it turns pink, but because it mirrors the blooming of pink wildflowers like phlox during this season in the Northern Hemisphere, is so much more than just a beautiful sight in the sky. Spiritually, this moon is bursting with energy around renewal, clarity, and gentle but firm transformation. It is a moon that speaks to the soul's quiet longing for alignment, for simplification, for healing. It calls us inward before it calls us outward, asking us to get honest about what we're carrying and why we're still holding on to it. What makes this particular full moon even more potent is its placement in Virgo, an earth sign governed by Mercury, known for its analytical nature, its deep connection to healing, and its desire to be of service. But Virgo's medicine is not about perfectionism. It's about precision. It's about discernment. It's about knowing when to say yes and when to say no, and doing so from a place of self-respect and sacred awareness. Virgo doesn't demand that we be flawless. It invites us to see where we can refine, where we can elevate, where we can bring more love and intentionality into our daily rhythms. This moon is an emotional detox, a cosmic cleanse. It urges us to not only declutter our homes or organize our schedules, but to sift through the emotional weight we've been carrying, those silent burdens we've tucked away for later, those thought patterns that spin in the background of our minds like old records on repeat. This is your invitation to clear space within your soul, to release what's outdated, to lovingly part ways with the version of yourself that had to survive, so you can make space for the version of you that's ready to thrive. Under Virgo's gaze, healing becomes sacred. It becomes intimate. It becomes tender. You might find yourself suddenly inspired to nurture your body more gently, to eat more mindfully, to return to rituals that ground you, to move in ways that honor your body's wisdom rather than force it into rigidity. Virgo is the archetype of the healer, the herbalist, the wise one who understands that healing is not a destination, but a relationship, a commitment, a practice. If you felt off balance or out of rhythm, this moon brings an opportunity to come back to yourself, to come back to the simplicity and beauty of your breath, your heartbeat, your sacred aliveness. Venus ending her retrograde on the same day is no coincidence. It's cosmic poetry. For weeks, the planet of love, beauty, and relationships has been moving inward, encouraging reflection around matters of the heart. Perhaps you found yourself revisiting old wounds, reassessing what you value, or questioning the dynamics in your closest relationships. Venus retrograde often brings emotional truths to the surface. Truths that were always there, just waiting for you to notice. Now, as she stations direct, there's clarity, there's movement, there's an opening. This is a time to ask yourself, what have I learned about love? What does it mean to truly love myself? Not just in the surface ways, but in the deepest, most honest corners of my being. What have I been settling for, and where am I finally ready to raise my standards? Venus turning direct is a breath of fresh air after a long, emotional exhale. It's an energetic shift that says you've done the work. Now step forward with the wisdom you've earned. The merging of these two events, the Virgo full moon and Venus going direct, is like a sacred marriage between the head and the heart. Virgo offers clarity and structure, while Venus infuses the energy with beauty, softness, and emotional truth. Together they ask you to live in alignment, to build a life that feels just as good on the inside as it looks on the outside, to walk the path of integrity, not out of obligation, but because your soul demands nothing less. There's something deeply alchemical about this moment. It's as if the universe is gently placing its hands on your shoulders and saying, it's time. Time to shed, time to rise, time to remember who you really are. And in that remembering, you begin to see with fresh eyes. You begin to recognize the areas of your life that no longer reflect your truth, and you find the courage to change them, not because you're broken, but because you've outgrown them. This moon also brings powerful manifestation energy. But unlike fiery or impulsive manifestations driven by urgency, Virgo's style is grounded, intentional, methodical. It's not about rushing, it's about aligning, about doing the inner work to match the vibration of what you're calling in. If you're dreaming of a more peaceful life, a fulfilling career, or deeper relationships, this is your invitation to ask, are my daily choices aligned with that vision? Am I living as if what I desire is already on its way? The universe listens not just to our words, but to our actions, our energy, our embodiment. And here's the quiet magic. When you begin to act in alignment with your desires, when you tend to your inner garden with care, when you release what no longer serves with grace, life begins to shift. Synchronicities appear. New opportunities arise. Your outer world starts to mirror your inner clarity. This is the true essence of manifestation. Not forcing, not chasing, but aligning. Let this full moon be a turning point. Let it be the moment you choose to stop dimming your light, to stop apologizing for your intuition, to stop delaying the changes your soul is yearning for. You are allowed to evolve. You are allowed to want more. You are allowed to leave behind anything that weighs you down, no matter how long you've carried it. There is sacred power in saying, I'm ready, I'm open, I trust. This moment is sacred. It's soft, but strong. It's gentle, but deeply transformative. And while the energy may feel intense, it's also deeply supportive. You're not alone in this shift. The entire universe is conspiring to help you realign with your highest timeline. All you have to do is show up, be willing, be present, be honest. Let yourself feel the fullness of this moon. Let yourself cry if you need to, laugh if it bubbles up, rest if your body asks for it. Light a candle, write your intentions, sit under the moonlight and let her remind you of your own luminous nature. There is something ancient and wise inside you that knows exactly what to release, what to reclaim, and what to become. So as the Virgo moon rises and Venus moves forward, take a breath, tune in, listen, and say yes to your evolution. Say yes to the life that's waiting for you on the other side of this energetic threshold. I'm welcoming the changes coming my way with open arms. I'm trusting the divine timing of it all, and I'm affirming that I am safe to grow, safe to heal, and safe to become everything I'm meant to be. Let me know in the comments what affirmations you're speaking into this energy. What are you calling in? What are you ready to release? Your voice matters, your journey matters, and your magic is real. And if you haven't yet, subscribe to stay connected with these cosmic rhythms so you never miss a moment when the stars are speaking directly to your soul. Now let's rise with this moon. Let's step into this new beginning with clarity, with courage, and with hearts wide open. Because something beautiful is unfolding, and you are a part of it. Adding even more enchantment to this already potent full moon is the radiant presence of Spica, the brightest star in the Virgo constellation. For those who gaze up at the sky with wonder, Spica will be a brilliant companion to the full moon, casting a luminous and almost otherworldly glow over the night. It's not just a stunning visual event. It's a moment steeped in symbolism, energy, and cosmic invitation. Spica has long held sacred meaning across cultures and ancient astrological traditions. Its light has been seen as a bearer of blessings, abundance, and celestial favor. When Spica appears in the sky, especially alongside a full moon, it magnifies the energy of manifestation, guidance, and divine timing. Spica is often associated with harvest and reward, representing the fruitful outcome of aligned effort, spiritual devotion, and heart-led intention. In Virgo's celestial imagery, Spica is the grain held gently in the maiden's hand, symbolizing the sacred exchange between the effort we make and the blessings we receive. It's a star of hope, clarity, and quiet power, reminding us that even the smallest seeds we plant in faith can blossom into something profound and lasting. On April 13th, as this full moon rises and Spica shines close by, the heavens themselves seem to whisper messages of reassurance, guidance, and encouragement. The alignment between the moon and Spica is no random occurrence. It's a cosmic affirmation. It's as though the universe is gently turning up the volume on your inner knowing, confirming that you are, indeed, moving in the right direction, even if the path has felt foggy or uncertain. When you stand under this sky, you're standing in the glow of something much greater than yourself. You're standing in alignment with energies that want to lift you, support you, and see you rise into a truer version of yourself. This particular alignment brings a deeply fertile energy, not just agriculturally or metaphorically, but spiritually. Think of the ways in which you've been tending your inner garden, the quiet hopes you've been nurturing, the new thoughts or habits you've been carefully cultivating, the boundaries you've been learning to set, the relationships you've been healing, or the dreams you've been revisiting after long periods of doubt. These are your seeds. And Spica's presence is like warm sunlight after rain, encouraging these seeds to sprout and grow. It tells you that your efforts, especially those rooted in authenticity and conscious intention, are beginning to bear fruit, even if you can't see it yet. This is not a moment for doubt or delay. This is a moment for faith. Even if the results are still unfolding, your energy is in motion. Your actions matter. Your intentions are making ripples across the energetic field. The message here is clear. Stay the course. Continue aligning your choices with your deepest truth, and know that Spica is a sign that your spiritual and emotional harvest is on its way. What's even more meaningful is that this full moon isn't occurring in isolation. It's intricately woven into the fabric of something much larger and more ancient. In 2025, this very full moon on April 13th determines the date of Easter Sunday, which will fall on April 20th. This may seem like a minor calendrical note, but it carries immense spiritual significance. According to long-standing tradition, Easter is celebrated on the first Sunday after the first full moon, following the spring equinox. And here it is. This is that moon. This connection between the moon and Easter opens a deeper energetic portal. It weaves together themes of rebirth, resurrection, and new beginnings. Themes that transcend religion and speak to the very heart of nature's rhythms and the soul's evolution. Whether you celebrate Easter as a religious holiday, a seasonal ritual, or a symbolic moment of awakening, the message is universal. This is a time to rise. This is a time to reclaim your light, to walk forward with new energy, and to remember that renewal is always possible. Just as nature awakens from its slumber in spring, bringing forth blossoms from barren trees and songbirds from silence, you too are emerging from a quieter, more introspective season. The full moon, partnered with Spica and tied to the rhythms of Easter, acts like a beacon, illuminating the doorway to a fresh chapter. It's inviting you to rise from whatever you've outgrown, to shed whatever you've been carrying that no longer resonates with your soul's truth. It's reminding you that you are not stuck. You are simply in transition. And transitions, while often uncomfortable, are sacred passages that lead to expansion and rebirth. This moon also carries the energy of culmination. Full moons are moments when the lunar cycle reaches its peak, when things come into fullness, into view, and into feeling. You may find emotions surfacing more easily. You may feel pulled to reflect on where you've been, how far you've come, and where your soul is longing to go next. This isn't something to suppress or avoid. It's an invitation to feel deeply, to listen closely, and to honor your emotional landscape as a sacred guide. When you add Spica's influence to this lunar culmination, there's an added layer of grace and clarity. Spica helps us see with the heart. It helps us trust what cannot yet be proven. And it reminds us that intuitive knowing is often more powerful than logical reasoning. If you've been wrestling with a decision or seeking clarity around a personal or spiritual matter, the alignment of Spica and the moon may help deliver the insights you need, not through loud external signs, but through soft inner whispers. And there's more. This full moon arrives just as the energies of Venus Retrograde have fully cleared. Venus, the planet of love, beauty, self-worth, and relationships, recently moved direct after a reflective and often emotionally intense retrograde period. This timing isn't random. It's divine orchestration. As Venus moves forward and the full moon rises with Spica, you're being offered a renewed sense of emotional freedom, creative clarity, and loving alignment. It's like the cosmos is offering you a reset button, especially in areas of the heart. This is a powerful moment to release outdated beliefs about love, value, and worth. It's a time to forgive yourself for past decisions and open your heart to the love and support that surrounds you now. Let go of the old stories that kept you small or separate. Let go of the masks you've worn out of fear. The universe is ready for you to show up as your whole, radiant, unguarded self. The version of you that honors their needs. The version of you that trusts their worth. The version of you that doesn't just dream, but believes in the beauty of what they're dreaming. And as you stand beneath the night sky, bathed in the glow of the moon, and cradled by Spica's gentle light, let yourself be still. Let yourself receive. Let yourself remember that you are not alone, that you are not lost, and that you are not too late. You are right on time. You are right where you need to be to make your next move with soul and purpose. Speak to the moon. Let her hear your hopes. Whisper your desires into the night air. Let your affirmations become declarations, not just words. Say it with your heart. I am ready for the changes coming my way. I am open to the blessings that are already unfolding. Let these words wrap around you like a protective spell, like an energetic promise between you and the universe. Feel their vibration settle into your being. Feel your heart open a little more with each breath. This is more than a moon phase. This is more than a star. This is a sacred conversation between you and the cosmos. It's a divine alignment designed to remind you that your journey matters, that your growth is seen, that your soul is leading you home, even when you take detours, that life is not asking for perfection. It's asking for presence. It's asking you to show up with courage, with honesty, with reverence for your own unfolding. The truth is, you are transforming, quietly, powerfully, moment by moment. You are no longer the same person you were just weeks ago. Your energy is shifting. Your awareness is expanding. And though the changes may feel subtle at times, they are real, and they are meaningful. The moon sees this. Spica sees this. The universe sees this. And now it's your turn to see it too. So, stand in your truth. Root into your purpose. Honor your past, bless your present, and trust your future. Let this full moon be your mirror, showing you just how luminous your spirit really is. Let Spica be your lighthouse, guiding you back to yourself. This moment is sacred. This sky is holy, and you, beloved soul, are exactly where you are meant to be. If you're feeling the stirrings of this energy deep within your being, I invite you to pause, breathe into it, and let your spirit speak. You're not alone in sensing the weight of the shift that's occurring. There's something ancient and sacred in the air, an invisible thread that's weaving together your past, present, and future into one luminous tapestry of becoming. You're standing at a threshold right now, one that calls not just for your attention, but for your heart, your courage, and your willingness to step into the version of yourself that you've always known was there, waiting patiently to be embodied. Let this be your invitation. Share what's rising for you. Speak your intentions, your reflections, your quiet realizations. Your words may not only give voice to your own truth, but may also be the mirror someone else needs to see their own soul more clearly. Leave your thoughts and intentions in the comments below, because when we speak from the heart, we weave a net of light that connects us all. And as we move through these cosmic shifts together, make sure you're subscribed or tuned in so you don't miss the gentle nudges from the universe. There's a rhythm to this journey, and the more attuned you become to it, the more clearly you'll hear the universe whispering back, you're exactly where you need to be. This moment you're in, it's not accidental. It's not random. It's sacred. The universe is not rushing you, but it is lovingly urging you forward. It sees the seeds you've planted in the quiet seasons of your life. It knows the tears you've cried in silence, the prayers you've whispered into the dark, and the hopes you've kept hidden, afraid they might be too much or too far away. But not anymore. This is your moment to rise. There's a powerful energy swirling around you, as if the cosmos itself is exhaling after a long period of tension. You're being cradled in a portal of renewal. Think of the symbolism of Easter, where resurrection is born from darkness, where light reclaims the places shadow once lived. That same energy is alive within you right now. It's not asking for perfection. It's simply asking for your presence. It's asking you to look with honesty at the places in your life where you've felt stuck, or burden, where heaviness has dulled your spirit, and to hold them with compassion, not judgment. These parts of you are not broken. They're simply tired. They're asking for love. They're asking to be witnessed as they soften, release, and transmute into something new. Just like the moon in her fullness, you are being called to illuminate what has been hidden, to reclaim what has been lost, and to resurrect the version of you that has been waiting in the wings of your own life. You've been growing into this moment, quietly, steadily, through every detour and delay. The universe sees it, and now it's time for you to see it too. What would it feel like to set down the armor you've been carrying? To let go of the fear that you're not enough or that you're too much? To finally release the weight of old stories that no longer serve your becoming? The invitation of this full moon is to do just that. To begin again with open hands, a willing heart, and a spirit ready to trust in its own becoming. Adding even more depth to this energetic moment is the end of Venus Retrograde on April 12th, just one day before the full moon rises in all her glory. For the past 6 weeks, Venus has been moving backward in the sky, a cosmic symbol of inward turning. From March 1st to April 12th, we've all been living through what can be thought of as a Venusian retreat, a time to look inward and reevaluate what love really means to us. And not just romantic love, but the broader, more foundational layers of love, self-love, love for your purpose, love for your body, your art, your essence. During this retrograde, you may have found yourself pulled into the past, revisiting old relationship patterns, unresolved emotional wounds, or even facing difficult truths about what you value most. For many, this has been a period of deep discomfort, where what was hidden below the surface rose up, not to punish you, but to be healed. Venus retrograde is often like a mirror held up to the heart. It doesn't lie, but it also doesn't judge. It simply reflects what is, giving you the opportunity to choose again, with more clarity, more wisdom, and more tenderness. Now, as Venus begins her forward motion again, there's a green light being illuminated within your life. It's not about rushing forward recklessly. It's about moving with intention. With all the insight you've gathered, the awareness you've gained, and the emotional depth you've uncovered, you are now being given permission to shift from reflection to creation. What have you learned about your boundaries, your desires, your dreams? What truths have emerged about your worthiness, your value, and the kind of love you're ready to receive and give? Let this new cycle be informed by that wisdom. If you've been hiding your feelings, holding back your truth, or playing small in the areas that matter most, now is your time to step into visibility. The emotional fog is lifting, and in its place is a sense of equilibrium, a deeper alignment between your inner landscape and your outer actions. You may even feel a surge of creative energy, a renewed sense of possibility, or a sudden desire to beautify your world, whether that means your home, your work, or your relationships. Venus rules beauty for a reason. Not because aesthetics are superficial, but because beauty heals. Beauty reminds us of harmony. It brings us back to the present moment and reminds us that we're allowed to feel good, to feel at home in ourselves, to enjoy life. This isn't just a subtle nudge from the stars. It's a full-body invitation to come alive again. And just when you thought the energy couldn't possibly intensify anymore, here we are, entering what many spiritual astrologers call a double portal. The end of Venus retrograde coinciding almost exactly with the arrival of a powerful full moon. This isn't merely symbolic. It's vibrational. It's energetic. It's a cosmic alignment that opens two sacred doors at once. one within you and one in the universe around you. Picture it like this: one door swinging open within your heart, offering you the courage to be more authentic, more loving, more real. And another door swinging open in the outer world, providing the opportunities, relationships, and support systems that resonate with the energy you're now embodying. This is the dance between the internal and the external, the spiritual and the practical, the sacred and the seen internally. You're being called to release the things that are no longer in resonance with your spirit. This could be an old belief that says you're unworthy of deep love. It could be a fear of failure that keeps you from starting that new project. It could be an emotional pattern passed down from generations that you're finally ready to break. Whatever it is, know this: letting go isn't always a dramatic act. Sometimes it's the quiet choice to speak differently to yourself. Sometimes it's saying no when you used to say yes. Sometimes it's just pausing long enough to hear your own truth before moving forward. Externally, you're being guided to align your actions, your choices, and your commitments with the truth that's rising within you. This means showing up for your goals with more integrity, surrounding yourself with people who genuinely see you, and creating a life that reflects your inner beauty and worth. This double portal may bring with it emotional waves, breakthroughs, clarity, even unexpected changes, but trust that all of it is happening to support your unfolding. The energy may feel intense, even overwhelming at times, but within that intensity is a profound liberation. It's the kind of freedom that comes from no longer pretending to be someone you're not. The kind of peace that arrives when you know you're finally honoring your truth. Pay close attention during this time. Listen to your dreams, notice the signs and synchronicities, and follow the intuitive nudges that seem to come out of nowhere. These aren't coincidences. They are sacred communications from your higher self, your spirit guides, and the universe itself. They are pointing you toward your next right step, your next aligned decision, your next act of courage. Let this be your sacred rebirth. Let this be the moment you remember that you are made of stardust and soul fire, of ancient wisdom and infinite possibility. You were not meant to stay small. You were not meant to remain hidden or dimmed or half alive. You are here to shine, to create, to love, to rise. So step forward, even if your voice trembles. Step forward, even if your path isn't fully clear yet. Step forward, knowing that the universe is not only walking beside you, but within you, cheering you on, guiding your every move. You are not who you were a year ago, a month ago, or even a day ago. You are transforming in real time. Let yourself be reborn. Let yourself rise. And when you're ready, share what's stirring in your heart. Leave a comment with your thoughts, your intentions, your hopes for what's to come. I would love to hear how this shift is showing up in your life. Your words matter, your energy matters, and your journey, every step of it, is a gift to this world. Subscribe or stay close, because this cosmic journey is just beginning. The universe has big plans for you. Let's walk forward together, one aligned, heart-led moment at a time. Welcome to your next chapter. It's already unfolding, and it's going to be more beautiful than you can imagine. This isn't a time to hold back, shrink, or second-guess the path you're on. The universe is not sending you gentle whispers anymore. It's offering bold confirmations. It's showing you signs, nudges, synchronicities, and inner knowings that point to one simple truth. You're ready. Ready to evolve, ready to expand, ready to heal parts of yourself that you once thought were unreachable. Ready to receive blessings that match the frequency of your soul's growth. Ready to rise, not into someone new, but into the version of yourself you were always meant to be. the truest, most empowered, heart-led version. Right now, a cosmic threshold is opening. This double portal energy is not something to fear or overanalyze. It's something to walk through with intention. It's a powerful opportunity for rebirth, a chance to wipe the slate clean energetically, emotionally, spiritually, and even physically. It's a time to press pause. Not because you're retreating, but because you're resetting. You're gathering your wisdom, your courage, and your energy, and choosing consciously to step forward with deeper purpose and clarity. The universe is supporting you, but it's also waiting on your yes. Your yes to healing, your yes to growth, your yes to the life you've quietly dreamed of but never fully claimed. And anchoring this potent energetic shift is the steady, earthy influence of Virgo, a zodiac sign deeply connected to healing, wholeness, refinement, and the sacred rhythm of daily life. With this full moon rising in Virgo, we're being offered the perfect blend of celestial vision and grounded focus. It's as if the universe is handing us the blueprint to our future, and Virgo is handing us the tools to build it. There is no rush, no need for perfection, only intention, clarity, and consistent mindful steps. Virgo reminds us that evolution doesn't have to be loud or dramatic. Sometimes the most powerful transformations happen in the quiet decisions we make each day. This is a time to get curious about your habits, your routines, and the structures of your everyday life. Not in a judgmental way, but with loving honesty. Are the things you do on a daily basis aligned with who you want to become? Do they support your growth, your peace, your healing? Or are they silently draining you, keeping you tethered to a version of life that no longer resonates? Virgo invites you to clean the slate, not just physically by decluttering your space, though that can be a potent ritual, but emotionally and spiritually as well. Are there outdated beliefs, old stories, or inherited patterns that are taking up energetic space? Now is the time to gently release them, not with blame or shame, but with gratitude and grace. This moon asks you to become a gentle but firm steward of your own energy. To start making decisions not from a place of obligation or habit, but from a place of soul alignment. Maybe it's time to clean up your diet, not for aesthetics, but because your body deserves to be nourished and honored. Maybe it's time to unplug from digital noise and reconnect with your inner voice. Maybe it's time to stop overcommitting and start saying no so that your yes actually means something. The changes don't have to be dramatic. Even one small aligned shift can ripple outward into your life like a wave of new energy. You don't need to do it all. You just need to begin. But Virgo's medicine isn't only about practical structure and clean lines. It carries a deeper sacred truth that life itself is holy, and how we live each moment is an act of devotion. Virgo teaches us that tending to our health, our home, and our habits is not mundane. It's meaningful. That living in integrity with ourselves is a spiritual practice. That being of service to others is a path to healing. But it starts with being of service to our own soul. This is your time to recommit to your truth, not the version that was shaped by fear or conditioning, but the one that lives deep in your gut, that speaks in moments of silence, that knows when something is right, even if it's scary. If you've been feeling scattered, ungrounded, or lost, this moon brings an invitation to root yourself again, to pause and listen, not to the noise of the world, but to your own breath, your own longings, your own inner wisdom. Maybe you've drifted from your purpose, or maybe you're just ready to meet it at a deeper level. Either way, this is your moment. Not to fix or prove or perform, but to remember who you are, to return home to yourself. And as this moon illuminates the sky, it also shines a light, inward. Full moons are always a time of release, a point of culmination. But this one, with Virgo's influence and the end of Venus retrograde, holds an especially sacred opportunity. This is about clearing space not only externally, but emotionally and spiritually. It's about honest reflection, conscious release, and graceful closure. What chapters in your life are still open? Not because they need to be, but because you haven't given yourself permission to let them end? What emotional weight are you carrying that's no longer yours to hold? Maybe it's time to forgive. Not because the past was okay, but because you deserve peace. Maybe it's time to close a chapter. Not because you're bitter, but because you're finally free. Maybe it's time to let yourself grieve. What didn't happen, what was lost, what could have been, and then let that grief become the fertile ground for something new. This is about choosing what you carry forward, not from fear or familiarity, but from alignment and love. You get to decide what stays and what goes, and you get to do it with intention. There may be lingering emotions right now, uncertainty, tenderness, even tears. There may be unspoken words or endings that never felt complete. Let them rise. Let yourself feel them. Let them move through you. This is part of the cleansing, part of the reset. You don't have to pretend to be okay. You just have to be honest. Let yourself cry. Let yourself reflect. Let yourself honor what was, and then let yourself envision what could be. Because this moon isn't just about endings. It's about openings. It's about stepping into a new version of yourself that is rooted, ready, and real. You're not starting over. You're starting deeper, with more clarity, more wisdom, more heart. There's a lightness here, a sacred spaciousness. You're shedding what's heavy so that you can rise, not by force, but by grace. Let this be your moment of rebirth. Let yourself be new, not because you weren't good enough before, but because you are ready for more connection, more joy, more truth, more of the life that reflects your soul, not your wounds. This full moon is a mirror and a doorway. It's showing you how far you've come and how far you can still go. All it asks is that you walk forward with trust, that you listen, that you honor the whispers of your inner knowing, that you keep showing up even when it's hard, especially when it's hard. Let this be your invitation to slow down and recommit, to breathe deeper, to trust your timing, to come back to yourself and remember that you are not behind, you are not broken, you are becoming. And everything you've moved through has prepared you for this next chapter. So take the space you need, light your candles, write your intentions, sit in silence or cry or dance or pray. Whatever helps you feel the sacredness of this moment, do that. This is not about perfection, it's about presence. You don't have to do it all tonight, you just have to be honest with yourself and willing to begin again, because here you are, at the edge of something beautiful, at the beginning of a new rhythm, under a full moon that is not just illuminating the sky, but lighting a path home to you. Let yourself walk it. Let yourself rise. Let yourself receive the life that is already waiting for you, the one you were born to live. This process of closure is not simply an ending. It's an energetic turning point, a sacred shift that creates a new spaciousness within you. It gently dissolves the lingering emotional weight and stagnant patterns that may have silently held you back, even when you couldn't quite put your finger on what was blocking your light. As you begin to close the door on what no longer resonates with your truth, a subtle but powerful transformation begins to stir deep within your being. This moment is not about loss, it's about realignment. It's about shedding what is outdated to make space for something more vibrant, more soul-aligned, and more expansive to come into your life. Whether this closure is unfolding in your relationships, your career, your belief systems, or your inner emotional landscape, it's a meaningful part of your evolution. You're being guided, not forcefully, but gently, lovingly, toward a path that reflects more of who you really are beneath the surface roles and stories. There is divine timing at play here, and while some closures may feel bittersweet or confusing at first, the space they create is sacred. It's a spiritual clearing, a preparation of your inner soil for new seeds to be planted. Something powerful is coming, and you are being asked to trust in the unseen process that precedes its arrival. It's important to remember that closure isn't the same as forgetting or pretending something never happened. Real closure is not passive. It's active, conscious, and courageous. It's about honoring what was, accepting what is, and allowing yourself to gently release what no longer serves your highest path. It is a form of healing that happens when you face your experiences with honesty and compassion rather than avoidance. When you stop carrying the weight of unfinished emotions or unresolved energies, you allow life to flow again. You free up your inner bandwidth for what truly matters. And this healing, this reclamation of your emotional space, is not just about moving on. It's about moving forward with intention, clarity, and heart. You begin to reconnect with yourself on a deeper level, rediscovering your own voice, your inner wisdom, and your sacred sense of direction. The clutter of the past begins to clear, and suddenly decisions become easier. Your energy begins to lift. You start to see opportunities that once felt hidden or unreachable. There is an openness in your energy field that wasn't there before, and it acts like a magnet for what's truly meant for you. This is the magic of the in-between, the sacred pause between the letting go and the welcoming in. It may feel quiet, it may feel uncertain, but it is in this pause that transformation is seeded. Like the moment between the exhale and the inhale, something is being reborn. You may not see it yet, but your soul does. Your higher self knows what is unfolding. Now is a powerful time to set fresh intentions, not from a place of pressure or urgency, but from a space of deep alignment and self-awareness. What kind of life do you want to co-create with the universe? What version of yourself are you ready to embody more fully? These aren't just philosophical questions. They're soul invitations. With each intention you set from the heart, you are signaling to the universe, I am ready. I am open. I am willing to receive what aligns with my truth. Let your heart be your compass in this moment. Let your intuition guide you more than your fears. You've grown through what you've gone through. You've evolved through challenges, through heartbreaks, through the lessons that seemed heavy at the time, but were ultimately refining your soul's wisdom. You are not the same person you were a year ago, or even a month ago. You are evolving in ways you may not even fully realize. And this current energetic shift is here to reflect that inner evolution back to you. This full moon, combined with the closure of Venus Retrograde, brings a rare and potent double portal of energy. These aren't just astrological events happening out there in the cosmos. They're sacred mirrors for your own inner journey. The full moon shines a light on what's been hidden, illuminating the parts of your life that are ready for clarity, honesty, and release. Venus Retrograde, having taken you on a reflective journey through matters of the heart, worth, beauty, and love, now concludes its cycle. And with that, an invitation arises. Are you ready to integrate the lessons? Are you ready to love yourself more deeply than ever before? The energy swirling around you now is not chaotic. It's clarifying, it's revealing, it's purifying. The truth is rising to the surface so you can no longer ignore what your soul has been whispering all along. You're being called into integrity with your highest self. Anything that feels misaligned, any relationship, mindset, pattern, or habit is being gently nudged to the surface so it can be seen and addressed. Not with shame, not with judgment, but with love and courage. Give yourself permission to meet this moment with grace. Let yourself cry if you need to. Let yourself breathe. Let yourself rest. Healing doesn't always look like effort. It often looks like softening. It looks like trust. It looks like opening your hands and releasing control even when you don't know what's coming next. That in itself is one of the most sacred acts of faith. When you create space through closure, the universe responds. Suddenly things start to shift. You meet someone new, or an idea pops into your mind that sparks a fire. A conversation reveals a new perspective. A door opens where you thought there was only a wall. These are the signs that your energy is changing, that your inner world is aligning with the outer world in a new way. There is so much support available to you right now, both seen and unseen. Your spirit guides, your ancestors, the higher frequencies of the universe are cheering you on. They've seen your journey. They know how far you've come. They're holding space for your becoming. And they want you to know that you are not alone in this. Even in the moments where it feels like you're walking through the dark, you are being led. Even when you feel uncertain, your soul knows the way. So breathe. Trust the timing. Allow what's leaving to leave with love, and allow what's arriving to enter with openness. Affirm to yourself right now, I am stepping into my highest potential with confidence and clarity. Let these words sink into your heart. Speak them not just with your voice, but with your energy. Let them be a declaration, a vibration, a beacon of what you are calling into your life. This moment is a turning point. You are being given the opportunity to close old chapters with honor, to release the weight of past versions of yourself, and to step forward with intention into a future that reflects your growth. This is a rebirth, not into something entirely new, but into the truest, most radiant expression of who you've always been at your core. You've been doing the inner work. You've been listening to your soul. And now, it's time to let your outer world reflect the light you've cultivated within. Let the energy of this double portal carry you forward. Let the moonlight illuminate your path. Let your heart remain open to miracles, to possibilities, and to the quiet magic that unfolds when you choose yourself fully. And as you walk this path of transformation, remember, you are worthy of everything you desire. You are not asking for too much. You are simply remembering that your soul came here with purpose, with gifts, with light. You are not here to shrink. You are here to expand, to thrive, to love boldly, to live truthfully. So take a moment to ground into this truth. Reflect on what you are ready to release and what you are ready to receive. Know that this process of energetic closure is setting you up for something far greater than you can even imagine right now. The clarity you've been craving is already on its way. The joy you've been missing is returning. The sense of purpose that felt distant is beginning to root itself in your awareness once again. You are becoming, and you are exactly where you need to be. Feel free to share your affirmation in the comments and let this community witness your growth. Let us hold space for each other as we navigate these powerful, energetic shifts together. And if you're walking this path of spiritual awakening, inner healing, or soulful evolution, remember, you don't have to walk it alone. Subscribe to Sacred Promises for more soul-guided inspiration, gentle reminders, and sacred reflections to support you every step of the way. You are light. You are love. And your next chapter is just beginning.